The A'ja Wilson paradox, champion on the court, sidelined by sponsors. A'ja Wilson, a name synonymous with dominance on the basketball court, two-time WNBA champion, two-time league MVP. Her accolades speak volumes about her talent and dedication to the sport. A force of nature who led the Las Vegas Aces to their first-ever championship. Her leadership and skill have been pivotal in transforming the team into a powerhouse. Yet, this very same icon found herself in an unexpected predicament. A battle for recognition, not against opponents on the court, but against the very system that profits from her talent. Despite her undeniable impact, she faces challenges that go beyond the game. The question arises, how can a player of A'ja Wilson's caliber be overlooked for a coveted shoe deal, a symbol of athletic achievement and marketability? It's a glaring oversight that raises questions about the criteria used to determine marketability. It's a paradox that exposes a deeper issue plaguing women's sports, the struggle for equitable recognition and compensation in a world dominated by men's athletics. Female athletes often have to work twice as hard to get half the recognition. Wilson's situation is not an isolated incident. Many female athletes, despite their achievements, face similar challenges. They are often sidelined when it comes to endorsements and sponsorships. It's a stark reminder of the uphill battle female athletes face in their quest for respect and recognition. Their fight is not just for themselves but for future generations of athletes. The fight for equal pay, adequate media coverage, and fair endorsement deals has been a long and arduous journey, with each generation of athletes picking up the mantle and pushing for progress. The history of women's sports is filled with stories of resilience and determination. The A'ja Wilson paradox is a wake-up call, a powerful illustration of the systemic issues that persist in the world of professional sports. It highlights the need for a collective effort to bring about change. It's a call to action for fans, brands, and sporting bodies to dismantle the deeply entrenched biases that have for too long relegated women's sports to the shadows. The support of the community is crucial in driving this change. The time for change is now. The momentum is building, and it's up to all of us to ensure that athletes like A'ja Wilson receive the recognition and opportunities they deserve. Together we can create a more equitable future for all athletes. A'ja Wilson's basketball journey is one of dedication, perseverance, and raw talent. From a young age, she displayed an exceptional aptitude for the game, her skills honed through countless hours of practice and unwavering support from her family. Her rise through the ranks was meteoric, each level conquered with an unwavering spirit and a hunger to improve. High school accolades paved the way for a stellar collegiate career at the University of South Carolina, where she led the Gamecocks to their first-ever NCAA championship in 2017. Her dominance on the court was undeniable, earning her the prestigious Naismith College Player of the Year award that same year. Wilson wasn't just winning games, she was captivating audiences with her electrifying play and infectious enthusiasm. Her transition to the WNBA was seamless. The Las Vegas Aces recognized her extraordinary talent, selecting her as the first overall pick in the 2018 draft. Wilson wasted no time in making her presence felt, claiming the Rookie of the Year award and solidifying her status as one of the league's brightest stars. Her dedication to her craft and her team was evident in every game, quickly becoming a fan favorite and a role model for aspiring young athletes. The world of women's basketball was abuzz with excitement when rising star Caitlin Clark signed a groundbreaking shoe deal with Nike. This deal was not just a personal milestone for Clark but a significant moment for women's sports as a whole. It signaled a shift in how major brands were beginning to recognize and invest in female athletes, a move that many had long awaited. A player of undeniable talent and charisma, Clark's arrival in the WNBA was met with much anticipation. Her college career had already set the stage for what many believed would be a stellar professional journey. Fans and analysts alike were eager to see how she would transition to the professional league and what impact she would have on the game. Her signing with Nike seemed like the perfect partnership to capitalize on her burgeoning stardom. The collaboration promised not only to elevate Clark's profile, but also to bring more visibility to women's basketball, a sport that has often struggled for equal recognition and support compared to its male counterpart. However, the timing of the deal, coming before a player of A'ja Wilson's stature had secured a similar agreement, ignited a firestorm of controversy. Wilson, a proven star and MVP, had long been a cornerstone of the league, and many felt she deserved such recognition first. Fans, already dismayed by the disparity in recognition and compensation between male and female athletes, saw this as a blatant disregard for Wilson's accomplishments and her invaluable contributions to the sport. The outcry was not just about one deal, but about a pattern of undervaluing female athletes. Social media platforms became a breeding ground for outrage, with fans expressing their disappointment and frustration over what they perceived as a gross injustice. The digital age amplified these voices, making it impossible for brands and organizations to ignore the growing discontent. The hashtag #Payaja trended nationwide, amplifying the voices of those who felt Wilson had been unfairly overlooked. This movement highlighted the broader issues of gender inequality in sports, sparking debates and discussions across various platforms. The controversy surrounding Clark's deal wasn't about diminishing her achievements or potential, it was about highlighting the systemic issues that allowed such a situation to occur in the first place. It brought to light the need for a more equitable approach in recognizing and rewarding talent in women's sports. It brought to the forefront the uncomfortable truth about the value placed on female athletes and the uphill battle they face in their pursuit of recognition and fair compensation. This incident served as a reminder that while progress has been made, there is still a long way to go in achieving true equality in sports. Section 4. The outpouring of outrage. Fans cry foul over Nike's priorities. The news of Caitlin Clark's shoe deal, while groundbreaking in its own right, ignited a firestorm of criticism directed at Nike for their perceived disregard of A'ja Wilson's accomplishments. Caitlin Clark, a rising star in the basketball world, certainly deserved recognition, but fans couldn't help but feel that A'ja Wilson, with her impressive track record, had been overlooked. Wilson, a champion and an MVP, had consistently proven her worth on the court, making the lack of a similar deal for her all the more glaring. Fans took to social media, their voices united in a chorus of disapproval, questioning the brand's priorities and commitment to equality in sports. The digital landscape was flooded with posts and comments, each one echoing the sentiment that Nike had failed to honor one of the most prominent figures in women's basketball. The criticism wasn't just about the shoe deal, it was about what the deal represented, a perceived lack of respect and recognition for female athletes. The hashtag #Payaja became a rallying cry, a digital testament to the outrage felt by those who believed Wilson had been unjustly sidelined. It wasn't long before the hashtag trended across various platforms, drawing attention from media outlets and sparking debates about fairness and equality in sports endorsements. The movement gained momentum, with fans, athletes, and even celebrities joining in to voice their support for Wilson. Comments poured in, expressing disappointment, anger, and a sense of betrayal. Many fans felt that Nike, a brand that had long championed social causes, had missed the mark this time. They argued that the company had a responsibility to support all athletes equally, regardless of gender. The outcry was not just about one athlete, it was about the broader issue of gender equality in sports. How can you ignore a player like A'ja Wilson, a champion, an MVP, a role model? One user questioned. This sentiment was echoed by many, who pointed out that Wilson's achievements and influence extended far beyond the basketball court. She had become a symbol of excellence and perseverance, inspiring countless young athletes to pursue their dreams. This isn't just about shoes, it's about respect, another comment read, highlighting the deeper sentiment underlying the outrage. Fans were not just advocating for a shoe deal, they were demanding that female athletes receive the same level of respect and recognition as their male counterparts. The issue had struck a chord, resonating with those who had long felt that women's sports were undervalued. The fan response was swift, passionate, and impossible to ignore. The sheer volume of reactions made it clear that this was not a fringe issue but a widespread concern among sports enthusiasts. The passion displayed by the fans underscored the importance of the issue and the need for brands to listen to their audience. It was a clear indication that the landscape of sports fandom had shifted, with fans demanding more from the brands they support, a commitment to social responsibility, inclusivity, and equality. The modern sports fan is more informed and more vocal, using their platforms to advocate for change and hold brands accountable. This shift represents a new era in sports, where the voices of the fans can drive significant change. The controversy surrounding the shoe deal transcended the realm of sports, sparking a broader conversation about gender disparity and the systemic issues that continue to plague women's athletics. It brought to light the ongoing struggles that female athletes face in gaining equal recognition and support. The discussion extended beyond endorsements, touching on pay disparities, media coverage, and the overall treatment of women in sports. It forced a long overdue reckoning within the industry, compelling brands to reevaluate their endorsement practices and acknowledge the value of female athletes beyond their on-court performance. This moment of reflection was crucial, as it highlighted the need for systemic change and the importance of recognizing and celebrating the achievements of all athletes regardless of gender. The hope is that this controversy will lead to more equitable treatment and opportunities for female athletes in the future. Section 5. A'ja Wilson's measured response. Grace under immense pressure. A'ja Wilson, a picture of composure and grace, found herself at the epicenter of a media storm. The controversy surrounding the shoe deal could have easily derailed her focus, but Wilson, with her characteristic resilience, chose to rise above the noise. In her public statements, she acknowledged the outpouring of support from fans while maintaining her commitment to her team and the upcoming season. "I appreciate the love and support, but right now my focus is on the court," she stated during a press conference, deflecting the attention away from the controversy and back onto the game she loved. Her measured response spoke volumes about her character and her unwavering dedication to her craft. While acknowledging the frustrations expressed by fans, she refused to let the situation overshadow her passion for basketball or her commitment to her teammates. Wilson's ability to navigate the controversy with grace and composure further solidified her status as a role model, demonstrating that true leadership lies in rising above adversity with dignity and focusing on what truly matters. Her actions spoke louder than words, reminding the world that while the fight for equality continues, her commitment to the game remained unwavering.